All of my life I was talking a lot.
If you shut up,
your value goes down.
Okay, after this conversation, I'm not gonna bother with this person anymore.
I wasted so much energy and time to talk, dopamine talking about the future and something, and it didn't work.
Not appropriate for YouTube.
Don't tell this secret, please, nobody. I'm big, I'm good, I'm smart, I'm marvelous, I'm one of the best, one of a kind.
Yep.
Can you feel the love tonight? Yeah. Hey YouTube, it's Andrew Stark and Kato Stark, another podcast. And our topic will be... Kato, what is our topic?
Your words are golden.
Yeah, amazing. So let's begin. Kato, please tell me, my friend, what do you think about that? Give us some storytelling from your life. What do you think about words, speech?
Well, ever since a young age, I seeked validation. I cared too much about what people think.
Yeah.
And basically my solution was to come up with reasons for why I did this and why I did that. Before they even asked me, I would already come up with an excuse as to why I did this, why I did that. And I would overshare so much. And eventually I just realized people were just not listening to me. And when they did listen, they didn't value what I was saying. So silence is key. Only speak when you have to, and always say less than necessary. It not only does it create an aura of mysteriousness and makes people wonder about you and what you're going to say next, but you don't get in your way by talking about a whole bunch of bullshit, basically. And you don't look weak. And I with your friends and family, I would say be how you wish to be yourself. But when it comes to like manipulative people and people whose insecurities get in their way and get in your way, and acquaintances, business associates, I would just say you don't have to be cold, you don't have to be an asshole. Don't do that. Just speak only when you really have something to say. And realize that your words are golden. What do you think?
Have you ever had such scenario in your life when you said something, oops, that's really bad.
Yeah, there has been some things. I can't really talk about it because some of it is not appropriate for YouTube. They would try to put me down and reduce my worth. And instead of just walking away from them, I would be like, no, but I did this because of this. And no, I'm not that kind of person. And I just was explaining myself. And it just gives them more information to work with. And I just care too much. And I think it's just pointless, man. When people are toxic, just walk away. Don't try to prove you're a good person or that you are right. Just walk away. That's the only thing I can really say there.
Oh yeah, that's an interesting topic, because many times in my life, I thought, no, I can, I need to prove myself. I need to explain myself. Those people came to me and say I'm bad, or they don't understand me, or they don't see the value. And when they don't see the value, why I'm valuable enough to talk with them or to communicate, to create something with them, to do to hang out, and you just became a recluse, or you became type of person who just overshare, overtalk, trying to impress. So, if a person can talk really good, and he knows that, he likes how he talks, how he moves and acts, etc. Those people like to talk. And in a scenario when their egos, go down because those toxic people devalue you and say you're not good enough to hang with us, you start to, no, guys, I like to prove you, I'm good, I'm I did that, I have this, I have many, I have money, I have cars, I have girls, I've been there, I work with those people, I accomplished so many things. Why you don't like to hang with me? But why you don't like to stay in touch with me? I'm your level. And in this moment, probably they see you even lower, it's just your value goes down. I really noticed that. So, for example, when you overshare, over-explain, and people who like in the first place they didn't like you from the beginning. Some people they just don't like you from the beginning, and no matter what you say, no matter what you did, probably some of them will change their minds. Some of them, but I don't know what is the percentage, but it's still it will be hard for you. It will be tough. It will be like like lots of this connection won't be efficient, won't be organic. It's just not organic. So, Kato, you like the person who, if you go to the room and this guy is nice to you, he's like to shake your hand, tell you good words, sit with you, talk with you. I don't know, appreciate you and say, yeah, you're a good person. I like to hang out with you. Let's go and do whatever. And you're not even trying to impress the guy because the guy likes you in the first place. That's so personal for me because I was the guy who, and all of my life I was talking a lot. Probably I was talking a lot. Some period of time I was isolated from the people because I was born in the mountains, and the first half of my life probably was I was in the mountains, and it means I didn't have enough connections. I didn't have enough friends. I was so extroverted, and extroverted person in isolated environment. It seems like a burnout, right? Seems like a burnout. So when you go to people, you'd like to talk a lot. You'd like to share. You'd like to communicate or something. But then I realized I wasted so much energy and time to talk or to prove a point or to explain myself or to talk about some probabilities, dopamine talking about the future and something, and it didn't work, or it didn't work out. It wasn't valuable, or some people we don't remember our conversation. We don't remember what we said yesterday, right? 99% of the time we don't remember what we said. What do you think? What is the best way to communicate with people in terms of discussion? You think? Because for example, my situation, I was a guy who talked more than the company, or if I'm talking to a guy who's probably younger than me or something, or he knows in some cases more less than me, I will talk more than him. So the person is higher in status, have more money, or he has better knowledge, I would listen more than talk. And I realized that questions, direct questions, right, to a communication will lead you to a good source of to a good information, good source of information. And questions is a good fundamental to hold the conversation, right, to get information second. Don't be needy, and people won't see you as a guy who talk too much and thinks he has a huge ego, or something. What do you think?
Yeah. If you overshare and you seek validation, then people will just look at you as soft and weak, And let me see. I'd say when it comes to acquaintances, people who aren't good friends, who aren't very close to you,
Yeah.
I say with them, you do with your friends and people who are close to you. I say you just be yourself. You speak how you want. You speak for hours. It don't matter if somebody likes you and cares about you. They won't care. They'll be interested,
Yeah.
But when it comes to business and politics and people you don't really know, people that you know are manipulative and insecure, you just have to walk like a wolf, man. You're just a lone wolf. You do what you want to do. You say what you want to say. You don't care how they look at you. You don't care about what they think. And I think what you said about asking questions is a very good way to go about this, because people like questions. They like giving their side of the story. They like looking smart and saying smart things and saying things that are high of value. And you give them a floor to kind of, to just be the star of the show. And at the same time, if they have important things to say, then you can learn something from it too. So I really agree with that. I think questions are a very good way to go about this. And I would just say, unless somebody asks you to go into details and share your own story, and talk about things that matter a lot to you, and you can tell that they're interested. And even the ones that do care, if they just stay silent, they're probably just thinking about what you said. And the fact that you said less, like, it has more of an effect, because the more you do something, the more you overshare, the less each word loses value, you know?
Yeah, that's for sure.
So that's
Um,
what I think.
and what's interesting, if people don't ask you questions, probably they are not interested in you, or maybe they're super egotistical. You know, they don't talk. They don't like to talk about you or other people. They only like to talk about yourself. You know, but
Yeah,
what?
and if you I just want to say this, if you shut up
Yeah,
and you give them a chance to
yeah,
give their side of the story, you can see what kind of person they are. And like, usually if you just stay silent, they will get nervous and they will try to fill the conversation, because they can't be alone with their thoughts longer than 5 seconds. And
yeah.
eventually they will start oversharing, and you will see what type of person they are. And if you see they're for you, you listen, and you give honest feedback and good feedback. But if you see that they're just talking bullshit, or they just care about themselves, then you say, okay, after this conversation, I'm not going to bother with this person anymore, you know?
And probably what's the most interesting thing about that? I didn't have a value in my words because I know, like from the beginning, I can talk a lot, many words. So if I talk a lot, where's the value in this? You know, if you like talk a lot all day, every day, like not all day, every day, but I mean a lot or more than other people, you don't see the value in your words. But when the person like knows I don't have unlimited storage of my like energy, like my, and for example, when I'm talking to somebody, I know I don't have unlimited energy. It means I don't like to talk to him a lot because he won't remember everything I said. I'd like to know when I need to cut it off, you know, when I need to stop, and some information, you know this feeling when you have a secret, you know, when you have secrets, and or when you like when you have something hot, right? Something hot in your mind and you like to share it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, you understand can be dangerous for you, can be dangerous for other people. You can break the connection, you can lose the connection with the person because he said to you like, my guy, don't tell this secret, please, nobody. And in the moment when they ask you, you really want to say this, but to control your tongue, control your mouth, it's one of the hardest tasks that you can possibly find, because most people can get in a serious bad situation only because they like to show and prove their ego, you know, like I'm big, I'm good, I'm smart, I'm like I'm marvelous, I'm one of the best, one of a kind, or something with their speech when they're talking.
Yeah, like, life isn't about being a personal salesman where you sell yourself, and it's like, like, leave that for the car salesman who talk about how good their cars are, because somebody is looking to see, if they want to buy. But you're not a product. You're not. It's not. There's no point of selling yourself and telling all these good things about yourself, because um
Yeah.
there's just no point. Let people find out your value by themselves. You know.
It was a short podcast. Thank you very much, guys. It was me and Kato. So follow the Instagram, follow our Instagrams. And Kato, he's an artist, he's a musician guy, and he's like he like to share his wisdom, his like lessons and everything else on social media. He's amazing like rapper, in my opinion. I have an Iron Club. An Iron Club, it's the place when there's no much talking, you know, you need to accomplish things. And the action, like action is the most important part. And if you'd like to build your life around, if you'd like to change as a person, like beat the habits, build habits or beat addictions or something like that, find a good community. You know, Iron Club is like a live game. So yeah, everything will be down below. Thanks, guys. Love you.